Okay, Captain Marvel. This, of course, is the Marvel version. Ironically, this film is okay. I would say it feels like a pretty standard Marvel film. I think a lot of the primary complaints come from the very inconsistent acting from Brie Larson. I'll give you a really good case point. If you've seen the film, I want you to picture these two fight sequences. Very early on, she has a fight on a spaceship. Nice full range of emotions. There's some good dialogue. You see her being angry, frustrated, kind of playful. There's just really wide range of emotions. And it's like, oh, this is an engaging character. And then contrast that sharply with one of the next major action sequences, which is fight on the train. Now all of a sudden there's no dialogue, there's no expression. And so then I went, if we get more of this character, this is dry, boring, and dull. If we got more of the character we saw 5 minutes ago, open, engaging, and that's the inconsistency, is when she's by herself, and it's a physical charisma and performance role, but then when she has any bit of dialogue with somebody, there's emotion. So it almost felt like when they shot the film, they shot all the moments where it's, okay, you're talking with Nick Fury, you're talking with Rambo, you're talking with people from Kree, you're talking with the Skrulls, you're talking with all those moments feel vastly different. Once you have someone else to play off of, there's a wide range of emotions, and she's a very engaging character. The moment she's put in a scene where it's, okay, now stand there. Did someone just put like a cardboard cutout? There's just no emotion. Special effects standpoint. Samuel L. Jackson's younger Nick Fury, perfect. That looked perfect. Like someone went, okay, well, let's go back to some old film footage. Here's how Jackson looked. Boom. Looked really good. Greg Clark, I think that's the name for Agent Coulson, looked horrible. Looked like somebody stretched plastic across his face. Didn't look convincing at all. The cat. Sometimes it looked good, other times it looked horrible. But the times it looked horrible, felt like they were needless effect shots thrown in there. The story is pretty much, you've got a Kree super soldier who has amnesia, who is struggling to find out exactly what her past is, if she has a past, and that's wrapped up in a Kree-Skrull war. Takes place in the 90s. A good advantage is if you remember Guardians of the Galaxy, it will help you with certain characters. Like, oh, that's one thing Kree do. That's one of his ships. Some of those things do mesh fairly well. And then there's a lot of random, like, oh, that's where that thing was. Or, oh, that's how that happened. That's how that happened. And you kind of went, it feels kind of needless. But I guess something why I went, I wonder why this is. I wonder how that happened. Then you go, oh, I guess that works. That's okay enough. The effects of the Skrull, very well. I like that. I think it doesn't quite hit that level of like Winter Soldier feeling where it's who's a good, who's a bad guy. Where they did the whole, oh, well, Shield's infected by Hydra. As they're doing the whole, anybody can be a Skrull aspect. I was like, this could be a great time to do kind of like a secret invasion aspect. But they don't really go that route at all. There are some really great character moments when when Carol goes through and finds out more about her past, and then goes back and visits someone from her past. Those scenes are really, really well done. And if there's more of that in the film, this film would be incredible. Instead, it's just good. My wife saw it with me, she enjoyed it, and then I went, okay, now compare this with Wonder Woman. She goes, oh, I love Wonder Woman. I'd watch Wonder Woman again easily. So, it doesn't suck. It's not amazing. I would say it's good. If you put all the Marvel films in like a continuum, I'd probably say you're probably above the middle. Because Marvel did have some films that aren't really great. Is this better than The Incredible Hulk? Yes. Is this better than Thor 2? Yes. Is this better than Iron Man 2? Pretty much. Better than Iron Man 3. Again, pretty much. So you'd say it probably fits pretty close to the middle of the pack. Not horrible. It is weird that a lot of people saw this film thinking that this was going to be the precursor to Endgame. And aside from that one little mid-credit clip, yeah, you did not need to see this to understand the character in Endgame, who shows up for a few minutes. I will say, a soundtrack standpoint, a lot of good 90s songs. I was like, that's not bad. Soundtrack sounds pretty good. I don't know if I say that you probably take this soundtrack and put it with the same soundtrack of like Guardians of the Galaxies, and you've got a pretty good compilation of a few decades right there. So, if you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. It's not the worst film ever made, not the best film ever made. From a Marvel standpoint, it fits right in the center, but nowhere near as a game changer to any level as it was for Wonder Woman. You might have to talk a lot about the plot because there's a lot of big reveals that happen, and if you discuss one or 2 points, it kind of ruins a lot. Oh, and if you haven't seen the film and you don't want to be spoiled, don't look up at the Funko Pop characters.